Welcome back to my craft room. Today you are joining me for something that I've been meaning to do for a very long time and it just hasn't happened, and that is tackling a handful of the projects on my project shelf that is over there. When I redid and reorganized my craft room, I made one shelf that was purely dedicated to projects that I was either actively working on or I had started, or ones that I was really excited about starting. And I told myself I cannot start any new projects if they are not on that shelf. So if those shelves get full, I have to do some of the projects on them to make room for other projects. And for the most part, I've stuck with that. But I haven't been doing many projects, so while my project shelf has been full, I've not needed to do things to clear it out. But it's gotten to the point now where there's too many just little things on there and I need to clear space. So we are going to try to tackle at least a couple of those today. I have behind you on my craft table right here a surplus of different things, and we're just going to start with one and work our way down and do as many as we can in the time I have allotted to make this video. So the first one is almost painfully simple. This is a tote bag that I had gotten at Aldi a while back in their Aldi Finds aisle. And I got it with the intention of using it for my groceries. Take it in because Aldi doesn't do plastic bags that they just give away with the groceries. So I was like, oh, I'll get this and I'll use it for my groceries. And I got it, and it doesn't have, I don't know if you can see it there or not, it doesn't have any kind of solid bottom to it. It's just the same fabric all the way around. So okay, well I need to put something there, so I could just put a piece of cardboard would be fine. It doesn't have to be a wooden slab at the bottom of this. It just has to be something to kind of help the structure a little bit. So I have two of these. I've already done this with one of them and I just never got around to doing it with the other one. And when I grabbed this off of the shelf, something fell off of the shelf when I grabbed this, and I looked at it and I just went, really? And that was a piece of cardboard that I essentially had cut already to put in there. And then instead of pulling this off of the craft shelf to just put this piece of cardboard into it, I just added the cardboard to the shelf and didn't do it. So now we're gonna do that. Are you ready for the ridiculousness that is the ease of this first project? Now, open that up. Ta-da! Craft one done. It seriously was that easy. It's done. We can put this in the trunk of our car now and use it for groceries finally. The next project that I want to tackle is a hand sewing project, and that is for this little patch of Dan's. He bought this a while back. This is for Leicester City Football Club, a soccer team in England, and Dan bought this patch a while back, I think off of Etsy. I think he got it on Etsy, eBay maybe? I don't remember where he got it. But he has been wanting me to put this patch on his book bag for a very long time. He has had this patch for a very long time. And this patch has just been sitting on my craft shelf. So we are going to get to this tonight and get this done. So this is Dan's book bag. And I'm gonna actually bring you around so you can see a little easier over here. So here is Dan's book bag, and he is wanting this patch to go basically right there. So I am going to just sit here and enjoy some videos and work on hand stitching this patch on. And I'm going to do just a really simple, a loop. I don't know what the name of it is. I'm just going to come in from the back and then go around the top and in and just kind of keep looping around it all the way around. It's not going to be super fancy, but it's going to look good once it's all done. All right, it is a new day. The sun is shining. I still have the ring light because it's not shining enough in here, but that's okay. It's still a beautiful day outside. So the next project I want to tackle is the biggest one, size-wise, not difficulty-wise. Ugh. And that is fixing Lambeau's bed. My mom bought this for Lambeau a while back, and he loves it, but he also loves burying his toys under his beds and then digging like crazy to get them out. And as a result, he has put a couple rips into it. So I am going to attempt to just simply sew these rips closed. And then we're going to put this bed upstairs in our bedroom where he doesn't play with toys, but then he'll have a space to sleep. And it looks like it's just these 2 rips, I think is all that there is. So not that much. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's just Lambeau sleeping on it. Like, doesn't have to be fancy. So I'm just gonna do a quick, is it a whip stitch? I'm not gonna do a ladder stitch, just a bloop, 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 whatever stitch that is. And we're gonna get this going. So let me show you up close a little more. So we have this one that's, it's a decent size, but it's just, again, easy to sew closed. And then right here, we have that one that, again, it's a decent sized, but it's not going to be difficult to sew closed. And then I don't think, okay, he did make a rip at the bottom here as well, it looks like. So, and right there. I don't think this thing was sewn together very well. Goodness. All right, so I'll sew those closed as well. And then I'll let you know if there's any other holes that I find during this process that I have to fix. So the nature of these rips in the back, I know I said I wasn't going to do a ladder stitch, but that is actually the stitch that was done already. So I'm just gonna do that again. But I'm not gonna go too crazy because Lambeau's not gonna be, as far as I know, playing with destroying this bed. So I don't think I have to be too thorough, just enough so holes don't get worse. How are you guys doing? I have not really just chatted with you in a while. I haven't been vlogging that much recently, and so I feel like I've not gotten to just chat and see how you are. If you're watching this, please just take a second and leave a comment letting me know what you're up to. What does your day-to-day look like? How are you attempting to be productive today, or is today a day off and you're attempting to relax? Let me know in the comments. I am trying my absolute hardest as of late to time manage. I have not been good at it at all. There is an obscene amount of things on my plate, and the only reason I have not forcefully removed any of the things off of my plate is because I very much want to do all of them, which makes it a little tricky to balance all of that then, because I want to do all of these different things that are demanding my time, and as a result, I'm not saying no to any of them, but then it's taking all of my time. And I was telling Dan, it really feels like my time is just all of these tasks that I want to complete just sort of bottleneck together, and then I don't get anything done because it's all just bottlenecked together, and it feels as though there's too much, so I don't do anything. And I've been struggling with just keeping my thoughts like straight and making sense so I can make like a game plan for what I want to do and how I want to be productive. I've been relying very heavily on lists lately because with everything I am trying to do / wanting to do, my brain, if I don't have it written down, I'm not going to remember it at all. There's just 0% chance of it. And Dan has been really, really good with helping with that. We have had some pretty big life changes recently. If you guys have been following my channel for a long time, you might know that Dan has worked at Aldi the grocery store for many years, for like 6 or 7 years or something like that. He's worked there, and it's served us very well while in the seasons that we have lived in, as far as giving us legitimate income, helping us pay our bills, helping us to, when we moved from Charlotte to Illinois, and then from Illinois here, it gave us a job that we could just transfer from one store to another because there were Aldis everywhere. And that has been a huge blessing. That job provided us the proper income to be able to buy this house. And, like, obviously not outright, but, like, get a mortgage for it. And that has just been a huge blessing. But as of about a month ago, Dan quit at Aldi because we are getting ready to start a rather big adventure into starting our own business. Well, kind of our own business. It's through the church. I'll explain in a little while. It's very exciting, but also very scary. So that I will talk about more in the future. I'm gonna leave that for not this video right now. But yeah, so Dan has been home a lot more, which has helped a lot with giving me a little bit of free time to be able to work on videos just a little bit more, and he can spend more time with Elliot, and it's been really good in that sense. But with us attempting to start our own business and do a lot of stuff, ourselves, it has made a lot more work for us, and that has added stress / just a lot of, it's been a lot just trying to remember everything, and you're just learning so much more things, and I am definitely rambling, and I'm sorry for that, but trying to balance starting a business and all of the chaos that goes into that, trying to balance consistently making videos and posting videos on the channel here, trying to balance social media accounts, trying to balance spending quality time and good quality time with Elliot and Dan, and balancing, I have the opportunity to put together and teach like a cloth diapers for beginners class, which is something I really want to do, but that takes a lot of research as well to make sure I have all of the information together that I possibly can. That will also take a lot of work, and that's something that's an optional thing. I talked to the people who I would be teaching the class from, and they're really interested in having the class offered, and it would just be like a one-time thing unless it went over well, and then I would be able to teach it multiple times. So that's something that is an option to add to my plate, but I don't necessarily have to add that to my plate. Again, it's something that I really want to do, that I would really like to do, and I can only do it if I time manage well. But that's where I'm at. There is a lot happening in my life, and it's all good stuff. Like, it is all good things. It's not like things are happening and it's stressful and I hate it. Like, it's stressful, but it's all stressful for the right reasons. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's how it feels in my brain. So it is very exciting, and I will probably do a video talking about the business that we're starting up and everything that we've been doing in it so far. I've thought about trying to vlog that and have dedicated videos for that, because that would be kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. I could work on business stuff and make videos about it. Also, that was 3 holes that I have sewn closed already. So 1 more, and then I just have to check, and that might be it, which is very exciting. Ow, I just stabbed myself. Julie, please. Okay. Hi, Luca. I know they went on a walk without you. It's pretty terrible of them, huh? How dare they go on a walk down the street without the cat. Jumping back to the opportunity that I have with the cloth diapering, that's something that I think for that to be the most effective, I've considered trying to make a handful of videos on this channel that are specifically geared toward cloth diapering, so that if anybody attending the class is like, I would like more information on this, I can just direct them here. And I mean, that's a small plug to my channel, but it's mostly so that I am able to give them like legitimate resources that I think are good. And I mean, obviously I'm going to be pointing them in a lot of different places that are not things that I have made up. I didn't make up any of this. That are not things that I have created. Because there's a lot of cloth diapering information out there, and there's a lot of people that have done significantly more research than I have and know a significant amount more than I do. And I am not even going to attempt to pretend like I am a leading expert in this. This is easily the ugliest seam I have ever made in my life, and you're not going to notice it at all, which is a little liberating, to be honest. This thing can be butt ugly, and nobody's gonna care, because it's for a dog bed. And I kind of love that. It's a little freeing to be able to just sew a seam and it not matter in the slightest what it looks like. Now I just need to make sure Lambeau doesn't dig at this, because I can almost guarantee these seams will fall apart the first time he digs at them. All right. But yeah, I think this bed is all done now. Exciting. Let's go put it where it's supposed to go. Ta-da! There we go. Hopefully Lambeau likes it. I have not formally introduced this video yet. I'm sure future me has already introduced this video. But I'm going to get started on a project that has been on my craft shelves for a very long time, and that is some cloth napkins. I have hung on to these packs of cloth napkins for a very long time with the intention of turning, well, they're fat quarters, but I had the intention of turning them into cloth napkins, and I just have not gotten around to it. It's these cool patterned ones, and then these are all like Illinois themed, and my mom is currently in town, and she has been wanting some cloth napkins, so I showed her what I had, and she said she wanted these, so I'm gonna get to going on making those, and that is 2 big things off of my shelf. And these, it's so simple. I'm going to take them out of this package and I'll show you what I do. All right, so here is the fat quarter. And I'm going to open it up entirely. In the background, you can see I'm currently working on the dinosaur loveys, which who knows at this current moment in time how long ago that video came out. But as I'm recording this, I'm currently working on those. So that you just have those pattern pieces in the background. So what you do, you open this entirely up. So it's just like, boom. Yep, so there you go, fat quarter. And I am going to fold this like this to basically get a square. And I'm gonna have to do this with 2 hands, but I'm just showing you the gist. So once you fold it out so you get a triangle, you're gonna cut off this end here. And then basically all you're gonna do is once you have that nice square, you're gonna take all of the edges and just fold them in and finger press. So they all are folded in like about that much. And then you're gonna take them and you're just gonna fold them over again to hide that raw edge. And once it's like that, I'm probably going to use these sewing clips and just be clipping it all the way around, and then you just sew it. And I'm going to use a white thread because that's going to match all of these pretty well. So, very simple. I've just taken all of them out and laid them out, and I have my iron heating up because I plan on ironing these so I can actually do this properly. And Mom said that she would actually like them to stay rectangle like this, so I don't need to fold them and cut them and all of that, which will save me a nice long step. So I'm just gonna iron these and then start folding the edges in. And true to having Mom here and having her help me do stuff, she is now sewing her own cloth napkins. And just like that, we have all of those completed. And just like that, we have all of these completed. Whoa, that's even worse than the first take. So with that, I am ending the video here. Thank you for hanging out with me as we tackled these 4 very simple projects. It's one of those things, it looks way more intimidating when they're all piled together, but the second you start tackling them, it only takes a couple minutes on each. So I never understand why I don't just tackle them when I have a couple minutes. But anyway, thank you for coming along with me and hanging out while I tackled these. Checked off a few boxes, cleared up a little space on my craft shelf, and hopefully very soon I'll be coming back with another video of doing more of these. I want to do a dedicated video, I think, to replacing some elastics in cloth diapers and just fully experimenting with that, because that is something that will be a very useful skill for me for all of the years that I will be using cloth diapers for Elliot and potential future kids. So there is that. That will be hopefully a video all its own. With that, thank you so much for hanging out with me in my craft room and just chilling and being pals. And yeah, I appreciate you. I need this time. And so you hanging out with me, it means a lot to me. So I really, truly appreciate it. I hope you have enjoyed. Give the video a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to comment and let me know how your day is going. Good, bad, indifferent. And I will see you in next week's video. Bye! What is this? A dedicated end card video clip? Who am I? Do you actually stay long enough to watch the end cards? Most of you probably don't, and that's okay. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I realize I already only have 3 seconds left of this. Oh my goodness. Okay, bye.